Hey guys, this is Angelo, your local community resource here in Reno, Nevada. And today I have the pleasure of being joined by Jared Russell, who is the co-founder of K Donavan. Thank you so much for being here with us. I'm so excited to get to know you. And so I always ask my guests to introduce themselves and what they do, if you'd like to do that.
Yes. So thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. Like you said, my name's Jared Russell. I'm the co-founder of K Donavan. I co-founded, my husband and I founded this business about 4 years ago, and we are a home staging and design business. So we work with clients and realtors across the region. So Reno, Sparks, Carson, Lake Tahoe, Truckee, to prepare their homes to sell,
Right.
as well as after they buy a home, we help a lot of our clients to furnish their new home and decorate their new home.
That's awesome. So what is it that inspired you to open this business?
So good question. Michael and I had talked for years and years and years about wanting to do something in the design realm. And staging just kept coming up, and we had said several times that that's something that we wanted to do. What inspired us was Michael has a creative eye, and he's very artistic. He can see empty spaces and what their potential is. And I have a kind of business brain and saw the potential financially for us.
Right.
And so here we are today.
So I've always been really curious, how does this staging process actually work? What goes through your mind when someone comes to you and say, hey, whether it's a realtor or a client, what goes through the behind the scenes?
Yeah. So let's, I'm going to pretend, Angela. So you're the real estate agent. You called us because you have a client who's listing a house.
Yeah.
And they need it staged. If the client lives in the home and intends to stay living in the home, great. They should still stage their home. And so what that would look like is we show up, we walk the house with them, and we give them a list or ideas of what they need to do before they put their house on the market. Obvious things like you need to, clean up, or you need to declutter, and then maybe some not so obvious things like put personal photos away, or maybe you need to repaint a wall, or that kind of thing.
Yeah,
but that's pretty easy. We do that within a couple of hours. We'll walk the house with the client. We create a report right there on the spot, gives the client something to check off what to do. The other type of staging that we do is called vacant staging. So if you were to take a house that nobody was living in and it was completely empty, we would come in with all of our furniture, our accessories, our artwork, our everything, and we would fill that house up. Then we, on the back end, we start pulling furniture and accessories that are going to complement that home. And to us, that's extremely important because we want to make sure that the furniture, the accessories, and the art that we're putting into the home matches the style of the home.
Isn't that transformation one of the most fun and rewarding part of this? Because I imagine it would be so fun to just see it in a completely different light. How does that feel for you guys?
Yeah, that is the best feeling. When we get to the very end and we kind of have that ta-da moment where we step back and we look at it and go, wow, it's that almost that instant gratification,
right?
Even though it was days and days of planning and moving and processing, right?
So the furniture that you put in, do you guys own it, or how does that work?
Yeah, so we own everything. We own everything. So like I said, we have a 5,000 square foot warehouse where we've got sofas and beds and sheets and bedding and pillows. I mean, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of everything that you can imagine.
On the staging side, what do the costs and fees look like for that?
Yeah, so that's a question we get all of the time.
Yeah.
So we talked about two types of staging, right? Occupied home staging and vacant home staging. So occupied home staging, it's easy. It's a consult. It begins at $150. If there's other things that you need or other things that you're asking for, it just goes up from there. But our max staging consult price is $500. So anywhere between $150 and $500. And then the vacant staging side of it, it really depends on the size of the project, exactly what we're putting in there. And typically what we see that cost run is about 0.5 to 1.5% of the list price. So let's just say your list price was $1 million, it's probably going to be somewhere between $75,000 and $10,000 to stage, right?
Right.
Now that includes your essentially renting the furniture for 3 months.
Yeah.
Is our minimum. We're coming in there, we're making it look great, and typically staged homes sell faster and for more money.
Right.
So you're usually going to recoup that in the sell price.
Yeah.
Now, like we listed a house, or we didn't list the house, we staged a house that was $13 million. Well, the staging didn't cost $130,000, right?
Yeah.
So it's all relative on the amount of furniture that we use in the home. And we have a formula where every single item that we place in the house is listed a price, right? So if you have a really giant house or you have lots of rooms for us to do, then it's going to be more. If it's a smaller house, it's going to be less. And it's a simple formula that we use over and over again.
Gotcha. So have you ever run into a situation where we have buyers that actually want to buy the furniture, they like it so much that we just like, we fell in love with it, we want everything?
Twice this week we have.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. So it actually happens more often than you would think. Yeah, and my motto is everything's for sale, so you can buy anything. But especially in these times, people want to just move right into the house and not worry about trying to find furniture. So can I just buy the staging furniture? Yeah, you sure can. And it's already moved in.
Awesome. That's great. That's so good to hear. But what is something that most people don't know about K Donavan?
Yeah, so the question that we get a lot is, where does the name come from? K Donavan. How did you come up with that name? So Michael, we talked about Michael, my husband, co-founder. His middle name starts with a K, so we went with that. And my middle name is Donavan. So it was a way for us to, Donavan was my grandfather's name. So it was just a way for us to kind of honor our history, and we thought it sounded really good. So we get what's the background of K Donavan, and that's where we came up with the name.
What is something that you feel your customer loved the most about what you guys do?
Right. So the feedback that we get all the time is that we make the process stress-free, effortless, that you essentially tell us to go, and depending on what your turnaround time is, how quickly you need it, we're creating this beautiful product that you can then market and try to get the most money for.
Right.
And you don't have to worry about any of it. So we want to create an effortless experience, and we hear over and over that that's what we do. So
yeah, thank you for sharing that. So the last question I have is the one that I ask all my guests, and it is there anything exciting going on at K Donavan that you want to share?
Yeah, so actually I haven't talked about this much, but we are looking at expansion opportunities. And with expansion comes needing more talent, right? Needing to be in business with more talented people. So exciting for us is that our business continues to grow, and we're looking to add people to our business. So if you or any of your viewers know of somebody who loves staging and design and who has a passion for that, we would love to talk to them, because we're getting calls every single day to get to work, and there's only a few of us right now, so we need more people to help us out with that.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely keep that in mind. Thanks so much for coming on and talking a little bit more about the staging process. I learned a lot, and again, thanks so much for joining me, and for you guys watching, thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for the next one.
Thank you.
Bye.